Hi, hello, welcome to Stay Tuned channel. Today we are going to see solutions for NCERT Grade 8 Honeydew Unit 7. The name of the lesson is A Visit to Cambridge, written by Firdos Kanga. So today we are going to see the solutions in page number 100, comprehension check. Which is the right sentence? First one, Cambridge was my metaphor for England to the writer. So the correct answer is Cambridge was a reputed university in England. The writer phoned Stephen Hawking's house. So there are three options: from the nearest phone booth, from outside a phone booth, or from inside a phone booth. So the correct answer is from outside a phone booth, because you all know that Firdos Kanga, the writer, was also a disabled person. Question number 3. Every time he spoke to the scientist, the writer felt guilty because he wasn't sure what he wanted to ask. He forced the scientist to use his voice synthesizer. He was face to face with the legend. So the correct answer is he forced the scientist to use his voice synthesizer. Fourth question. I felt a huge relief in the possibilities of my body. In the given context, the highlighted words refer to shifting in the wheelchair, turning the wrist, standing up, walking, speaking, writing. So the correct answer is shifting in the wheelchair and turning the wrist. Now page number 100, working with the text. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. Did the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking make the writer nervous? If so, why? The writer was nervous at the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking, was a very renowned and brilliant astrophysicist, despite being paralyzed and differently abled. He had authored one of the biggest bestsellers. Bestsellers means the novel which sells a lot. A Brief History of Time. Besides, he was a worthy successor to Sir Isaac Newton and succeeded to his chair at the Cambridge University. Second question. Did he at the same time feel very excited? If so, why? Yes, the author Firdos Kanga was super excited to meet Stephen Hawking because he wasn't expecting that he would be getting an opportunity to have face-to-face conversation with such a great personality. He wondered that although Hawking was paralyzed and differently abled, he had achieved greater heights and was considered as a worthy successor to Sir Isaac Newton and succeeded to his chair at the Cambridge University. This made Firdos aware of the innumerous possibilities before him, and he could reach out further than he ever thought he could. Second question is, guess the first question put to the scientist by the writer. The writer's first question might be about Hawking's disability and how he had accepted it. Third question, Stephen Hawking said, I have had no choice. Does the writer think there was a choice? What was it? Living creatively with the reality. His weakening body was a choice. Fourth question, I could feel his anguish. What could be the anguish? Professor Hawking's mind was full of great ideas, but he couldn't speak them out clearly and forcefully. What endeared the scientist to the writer so that he said he was looking at one of the most beautiful men in the world? Professor Hawking's one-way smile. Sixth question, read aloud the description of the beautiful man, which is the most beautiful sentence in the description. The line is, before you light a lantern, whose weights... The line is, before you light a lantern whose walls are worn so thin, you glimpse only the light inside, is the incandescence of a man. Seventh question, if the lantern is the man, what would its walls be? The walls of the lantern is Hawking's case, where his skeleton-like physical structure. Second question, what is housed within the thin walls? The glow of the eternal soul was housed within the thin walls of the body. Third question, what general conclusion does the writer draw from this comparison? The writer draws conclusion that the eternal soul is more important than the body. Eighth question, what is the scientist message for the disabled? The scientist message for the disabled is that they should concentrate on what they are good at. If it is foolish to try to copy the normal people. Ninth question, why does the writer refer to the guitar incident? Which idea does it support? The writer spent many years trying to play a big Spanish guitar. One night he loosened the strings joyfully. This incident supports the idea that the disabled people should practice only what they are good at. 10th question, the writer expresses his great gratitude to Stephen Hawking. What is the gratitude for? The author felt much inspired after meeting with Stephen Hawking. Therefore, he felt grateful to him. 11th question, complete the following sentences taking their appropriate parts from both the boxes below. First one, there was his assistant to the line. So the completion of that is, and I told him I had come in a wheelchair from India. Second one, you get fed up with people asking you to be brave, as if you have a courage account on which you are too lazy to draw a check. Third one, there he was, tapping at a little switch in his hand, trying to find the words on his computer. Fourth one, you look at his eyes and speak, and they are saying something huge and urgent if it is hard to tell what. Fifth one, it doesn't do much good to know that there are people smiling with admiration to see you breathing still. So I hope that you enjoyed the video and get benefited by these solutions. So keep watching and subscribe the channel, like it, share it, and if you have something to say, you can comment on it.